Hey, good evening, everybody. How's it going tonight? Texas Redleg here. Back in the saddle now. Wanted to discuss a topic tonight that I think is affecting so many of us here on the southern states and uh, certainly the border states with Mexico. And that is this border invasion. This is a catastrophic situation. And it's been one for decades. See, the cartels do the uh, do the strategy here, and by flooding the entry points and areas near the entry points that are concentrated with law enforcement, border patrol, they can shift the more lucrative items such as, of course, illegal drugs and the older, more money making area of the population, i.e., human trafficking, prostitution, etc. They can get those people through a little bit easier without the pressure by those agencies that are having to deal with children. And it's the old hoodwink. And this is the usual suspects, okay? So the criminals, basically, the cartels, have once again used United States benevolence against us. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. Life isn't fair. Just because you breathe air and have a pulse does not entitle you to come to America, just like it doesn't entitle us to go to any country we want without permission. Life isn't fair. Sometimes you get the short stick, and sometimes that's all you get. And that's just how it's going to be. However, we know that the strategy by the left certainly isn't to just take care of children, because we all know that they love nothing more than killing babies, as they've proven. So the old "it's about the children" routine, that dog ain't gonna hunt. At least not for me. Because we all know too well they love killing kids. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, and I'm tired of talking about it, the only thing at the end of the day that's going to work in securing that border is to militarize it. That's just plain and simple the only way it's going to work. Now, do I think that our military has better things to do than monitor the border? Absolutely, I do. As a veteran, I would have probably not thought too much of being stuck on a border post in my own country. However, judging by the people that are getting across and continue to try to get across, it's a pretty important job. Because it's a hell of a lot more than just Central, and Central and South American countries and Mexicans. Okay, I can assure you that. There is signage on the border, in several languages. And of course, there's Spanish, Arabic, Chinese, and I'm not sure about the others, but there's been plenty of video evidence on the border of certain groups that have gone in there to assist with reporting on illegal entries that have shown videos of these outposts watering holes for illegals, and the information on the sign at the watering spot is again in several different languages. Three of them being Spanish, Arabic, and Chinese. I've seen it myself. So that should tell you something. It's a hell of a lot more than just Spanish speakers coming across that border. So it's time to militarize the border. And we know that the Biden administration is not going to do it. The Trump administration, I believe we bit off a couple of sections of the border with U.S. troops at one time. But I think the governors of these border states are probably just going to have to get together and just bite the bullet and call them the National Guard, activate them for border work. And if I had a kid in the National Guard, I sure wouldn't want them down there having to do that. But it's a pretty important thing right now. And until we militarize that border and fortify it, nothing's going to change. It's just going to get worse. It's a pretty extreme remedy for the problem. But if you're like me and you're sick of seeing it and talking about it, if you want to fix it, you'll fix it. But unfortunately, that's just what it's going to take. And I'm not talking about shoulder to shoulder, that something that, stringent. I'm talking about typical, infantry troops that are trained in battlefield surveillance and things like that. And of course, the electronic stuff will help too, but we got to have boots on the ground to make this thing effective and to turn people back. And if it was me, I'd set up POW camps, just like we did in Iraq and in many of our other campaigns in the Middle East. You set up these outdoor POW camps where conditions are pretty unfavorable, and you sort of make the point. It's not real fun. So again, life isn't fair. Some people need to stay where they are and just learn to live within the means that they have. Sometimes you get the short end of the stick, and that's all you get. It's not America's fault that you have a situation that's uncomfortable and dangerous. I'm sorry that you're going through that, whoever you are, but it's not America's job to take the world in and make our own people suffer because of it. So anyway, try not to make that into a rant or anything, but militarizing the border is something that we just have to do at some point, because it's not going to stop. It's going to keep on coming. They have said nothing but that. The waves are going to keep coming. So anyway, hope you guys are doing good. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Please like, share, and subscribe. Keep prepping. Stack it deep. Long live the Republic.